Imagine this, a sudden blackout and you're alone in the dark. Are you prepared? Now that's a question that might make you pause, isn't it? In an ever-changing world, it's not just the adventurers and explorers who need to think about survival. Every family, every individual should consider their level of preparedness for unexpected situations. It's not about fear, but about ensuring safety and well-being. The goal here is to facilitate a candid conversation about preparedness, to make it a common topic around the dinner table, not just a thought that crosses your mind when disaster strikes. We'll discuss survival movies, practical gifts, the significance of starting small, and how current events and history can serve as lessons. We'll use analogies to everyday activities and even suggest some engaging reading material. Preparedness is not about expecting the worst, but about being ready for anything. Stick around, and we'll explore ways to spark interest in prepping. Ever watched a survival movie and thought, what would I do in that situation? Well, it's not just thrilling entertainment. These films can be a powerful tool to spark interest in prepping. Movies like Cast Away, Into the Wild, or The Road can stimulate great discussions about survival and preparedness. After the credits roll, you can bring up questions like, what would you have done differently? Or, what survival skills were most important in that scenario? These conversations can help your family understand the importance of being prepared. Or consider films like Contagion or World War Z, where societal structures break down. Ask your family, how would we respond if something like that happened? These discussions can be an engaging way to introduce the concept of preparedness and help your family understand why it's important. Now let's move from the screen to reality. Ever considered giving the gift of preparedness? It might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of presents, but it's a gift that keeps on giving. Practical preparedness items are invaluable tools that can provide safety, security, and peace of mind. Consider a high-quality, reliable flashlight. It's an essential item that can light the way in a power outage or guide you in the dark when you're outdoors. Similarly, a multi-tool is a versatile gift that can come in handy in various situations, from opening cans to cutting ropes. How about a first aid kit? It's a must-have in any household. It can literally be a lifesaver in emergencies, providing immediate medical aid before professional help arrives. And let's not forget water purification tablets. Clean water is a basic necessity, and these tablets can ensure you have access to it, even in the most dire circumstances. Remember, these are gifts that could save lives. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and so does the journey of preparedness. The thought of prepping for every possible disaster might seem overwhelming, but remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You can start small. Consider starting with a basic 3-day supply of essentials like water, food, and medication. This is an achievable goal that can be the launch pad for your preparedness journey. Next, involve the family. Make a game out of identifying potential hazards in your home. You'd be surprised how much children enjoy this. It's not just fun, it's also educational and contributes to their sense of safety. Gradually expand your supplies and knowledge, adding a few items each week or month. Before you know it, you'll have a robust preparedness plan in place. Remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to ensuring the safety and well-being of your family. Take that first step. It's not as hard as you think. In a world of constant change, are we truly safe? If we glance at recent headlines, we can see how quickly situations can change. From unexpected weather phenomena to sudden economic shifts, these unpredictable events expose our vulnerabilities and remind us of the importance of being prepared. So, how do we use these current events to spark meaningful discussions without causing undue alarm? The key is to approach these topics calmly and factually. Discuss what happened, why it happened, and how being prepared could have made a difference. For example, in the event of a sudden power outage, a well-prepared family would have access to alternative light sources, food, water, and other essential supplies. This real-life scenario can serve as a great conversation starter about the need for preparedness. Remember, the goal isn't to scare, but to educate and empower. By staying informed about the world around us, we can better prepare for whatever comes our way. Stay informed, stay prepared. Books, a window to a world of knowledge and, in our case, survival. Reading together not only fosters a sense of unity, but also instills crucial survival skills in a fun and engaging way. How about starting with a classic like The Ultimate Survival Manual? This book offers a comprehensive guide to surviving any situation, from natural disasters to getting lost in the wilderness. Or maybe try The Disaster Preparedness Handbook. which provides practical advice for families to stay safe during calamities. While reading, make it interactive. Discuss the key lessons you've learned from each chapter. What would you do in a similar situation? How can you apply these lessons to your own preparedness plan? This isn't just about survival. It's about developing critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Remember, the goal isn't to instill fear, but to foster understanding and readiness. So, grab a book, gather your family, and let's dive into the world of preparedness. Read, learn, and prepare together. History, a testament to humanity's triumphs and failures. It's a rich tapestry filled with lessons we can learn from. Let's consider the Dust Bowl of the 1930s. It was a decade-long disaster that affected the lives of millions. Now, imagine if those families had an emergency supply of food and water, or if they'd been equipped with the knowledge to cultivate drought-resistant crops. The story could have unfolded differently. Or take the Great Blizzard of 1888. It caught the entire Northeast by surprise and hundreds perished. But what if people had been prepared with emergency heating sources and food supplies? Prepping isn't about predicting every possible disaster. It's about acknowledging the unpredictability of life and equipping ourselves to weather whatever storms may come. By studying history, we not only learn about our past, but we also glean important lessons about preparedness that can safeguard our future. Remember, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it. Prepping is like maintaining a car. Both involve staying ahead of potential problems. Just as you would regularly check your car's oil and tire pressure, you check your stockpile of supplies and update your emergency plans. It's not about expecting the worst every day. It's about being ready, just in case the worst does happen. Take cooking, for instance. You don't wait until you're out of ingredients to go grocery shopping, right? You plan your meals, make a list, and ensure you have everything you need. That's prepping in its simplest form. Or consider saving money. You put aside a little from each paycheck for a rainy day. It's not because you anticipate losing your job or facing a financial crisis. It's because you understand the value of being prepared for unforeseen circumstances. Prepping aligns with these prudent behaviors. It's about staying ahead, not getting caught off guard. Because when it comes to survival, the early bird catches the worm. Stay ahead, stay prepared. We've journeyed through movies, gifts, discussions, books, history, and everyday life. It's been a fascinating ride, hasn't it? We've seen how the silver screen can spark an interest in prepping, how practical gifts can make preparedness more tangible, and how simple conversations can ignite a sense of urgency and awareness. We've looked at how starting small can lead to a substantial change, how current events can provide a stark reminder of our vulnerabilities, and how reading together can build a collective understanding of preparedness. We've also delved into history, discovering how readiness could have changed the course of events, and we've related prepping to our everyday activities, showing that it isn't a far-fetched idea, but rather a prudent behavior. Now, as we conclude, remember that engaging your family in prepping is a journey, not a race. It requires patience and persistence. It begins with a single step, a single conversation, a single decision to prioritize safety and well-being. So, take that first step. Start with a movie night or a gift of a practical item. Engage in a calm discussion about current events or read a chapter from a preparedness book together. Use history as a teaching tool or draw analogies from everyday life. Every step you take brings you closer to a more prepared, more resilient family. Remember, your safety and well-being are worth it. And for more guidance on this journey, check out my new book on Amazon, The Ultimate Grid-Down Survival Handbook. The link is in the description. It is ranked #1 new release survival handbook. We would love to hear your feedback and tips. Stay safe, stay prepared.